dogs.
I'm asking for a friend. Like
Yeah.
that.
How did you
Not that
convince
I'm
them?
interested in that thing whatsoever.
How did you convince them to let you raw dog? Somebody on a Teams meeting today had the Halo Infinite background. You know, the one with the orange smoke coming up out of the background. And I asked friend of the show, Derek, I was like, what if I just interrupt this meeting with 155 people and ask the guy if he plays Halo? And I was like, no, I'll just slide into his DM and ask when the last time he got a good teabagging was. he's probably wondering, like, oh shit, what kind of picture do I have on here? What am I advertising? I'm sure he was a Halo player. We're in, I hear some of us. One of us.
Yes. And Renee's in chat.
Renee is here. Hello, Renee. Renee says hello.
Hey.
Hello, Renee. Renee says hello. Renee says hello. I was about to say I didn't get a notification, and there it is. Takes a minute. It's like exactly at the minute mark it comes through.
Mine was a little while ago.
North Carolina servers.
I got mine an hour ago. What are you talking about?
Damn, you've been streaming that long? No, but our Monday Night Warzone turns into this is a good show. Like, this is a lot more relaxed, I feel. I feel like we're kind of loosened up from the day before already.
Loosey-goosey.
Hello, Renee. My, you have a bountiful Applebee's feast. The all-you-can-eat stuff is back. Is that what you're talking about?
I have no idea. It's just something silly I said. I don't know if there's back or not. So.
Deliver a load for Elon.
Fancy like the Applebee's.
An Elon load. What kind of load did you deliver for Elon, Renee?
Oh, no.
Nope.
An electric load?
Elon loads.
We need clarity on that, Renee. It sounds borderline.
Describe your load. It'll be Valentine's Day when the listeners are hearing this recording. Describe the load.
There we go.
Are we all playing our copies of the bullshit version of Tomb Raider?
I don't know. I was watching Digital Foundry. It looks good to me. I was gonna bring it up on the show a little bit.
I can't say shit because I pre-ordered it on PS5. It's already downloaded and waiting to launch in 4 hours.
I'm considering it. Didn't look bad. Oh, Starlink. That's awesome.
If you're gonna do it with the 10% discount on PlayStation, at least you have till midnight. Just FYI, depending on where you get it.
What does that take it down to?
10% is like 27 instead of 29. It's only 10%.
On the fence. They look good. That Digital Foundry video didn't help. Y'all know I've been kind of on the fence on it. Like, I don't know if that art style looks great, what they did with it, but when you see it in motion and stuff, I think they did a good job.
Hey man, look, it's 20% off on Steam.
They did a good job.
$23.99.
$23.99 on Steam.
That might be the cheapest one I've seen yet. Yeah.
Any DualSense integration with the PS5 one?
I think it said it did have
Laura
that.
Shock.
Actually, you mentioned it.
Because there's a lot of cool stuff in Tomb Raider that rumbles and shakes, and you dive into the water.
It's too soon, sir.
we all know from our screaming death.
We all know you'll be playing classic controls, though.
Oof, I don't know that either. I might be able to leave that behind. I have that capability now. I can play all those right now. Renee says purchase a lot of games for Steam. Renee's got a brand new Steam Deck.
He just has to get home to get it. He can't get home to get it.
Oh wow! Ship it to him.
I don't think he can stay in one place long enough for me to ship it to him.
Look ahead. It's like leading the receiver, Cesar. So when they're breaking across the middle, know where he's headed. Pass that ball. Get that Steam Deck.
I don't mind shipping it ahead of time. He can complain to you if he misses it. So
he can complain to me. I don't know if I want that either. Sorry, Renee. I love chatting with you. I don't know if I want you complaining to me about your Steam Deck and its mishaps.
I mean, I don't see anything on here that says
DualSense,
so you might be safe.
I'm all in the portal right now, though.
Nope. I lied. Hold on. PS5 version includes vibration function and trigger effect required. I don't know what that means, trigger effect required, but I guess it does use it. I guess you have to have an official controller that uses trigger effects.
That might be the best thing I can say about Skull and Bones. Speaking of which, I need to delete that so it doesn't infect anything else on my hard drive.
I hope you unlock a trophy and it stays there forever.
I hope I don't. I'm forever tied with my Ubisoft account. They're going to be sending me emails.
Yeah.
10th anniversary.
As soon as you boot up the game, you've been,
Every time you boot up Sea of Thieves,
damn trophy unlocked. You've been boned.
Oh, you've been boned. You're one of the highest ranking players on Skull and Bones. I'm like, no, I quit that shit after 40 minutes. I hated every minute of it.
You're the only person that played the beta.
You finished it.
Yeah.
Congratulations on playing our quadruple A game.
As they go, hey, don't worry, Richard. We already moved all your save data to the full game. Enjoy.
And we unlocked it for you. Still delete.
You've been upgraded to the septuple A version.
That's like being upgraded to a participant on the podcast here. How's that turned out for you, Brant?
Beautifully. Oh, there's stickers.
What'd you get stickers in? Games acquired? Mine did feel super thick when I got it in. I already filed my games acquired.
Well, this was last week. I just didn't know it came with stickers.
Oh, you talking about this the Bomb Rush thing?
Yeah.
Bomb Rush, and what is the other one I got? I keep forgetting the second game.
It wasn't Prince of Persia. Oh, which brand?
Mine was.
I should have bought Prince of Persia as well.
I can't remember what you bought. Yeah, because we all know Brand brought Prince of Persia. It was something silly.
It's not
Garfield
silly.
Kart Racing.
I needed a physical copy of it. And the mystery title is Usagi Edition, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge.
Okay.
I didn't do all my research. I hope the DLC is on the disc. There's no telling.
It's limited run, so it should be.
Do you see the stuff about that Doom collection? It's got like DRM on the PS4 disc.
Yeah.
You have to like start a process to ship it back to them and get another disc.
Same thing
What
with
is
the
this?
card, with the Switch card. Yeah.
That Doom collection. So is it Doom 1, 2, and 3? Am I not misquoting that?
Any of the recent releases of the Doom, old school Doom games have required Bethesda.net login.
What?
From limited run pressings.
So when they made the games on the disc, they shipped them out, and it's like, all right, you still had to log in. They're not playable unless you log in to do it. So.
Wow.
I think they came back and it's like, all right, we'll send back your old copy and we'll send you one that doesn't require it, because they had to go back to Bethesda and got another deal to remove that Bethesda.net thing. So.
Let's say I don't think Doom 64 was like that.
Wow.
That one might be different. It's different from all that stuff. Unzip it. What are you talking about? Unzip it. Valentine's Day edition. I mean, it's a tank top, but
Unzip it, unpack
maybe
it.
he's not talking about me. Who needs to unzip something?
I need to get something with zippers to unzip it, so.
You're not Tetsuya Nomura designed? Zippers everywhere?
Yeah, I understood the reference.
You were trying to imagine where your zippers might be. Alright, let's get this ball rolling. We got the usual suspects here.
There's a ball.
We're ignoring Buish, and we already met Renee. Renee's got Starlinks. I want to try that Starlink out. I don't want to pay the Elons, though. Or the Bezos. That's our two choices, right? Elons or Bezos' internet.
I prefer not to play any multi-billionaires if I can.
We just keep patting their wallets.
Instead, just keep enriching corporations.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we'll just give up on Twitter and just keep going back to mailing letters to each other.
Wow, like in Animal
Pony
Crossing?
Express.
Buish says he's always ignored. He's not always ignored.
We love Buish.
Long-standing mid-tier NOFODcast representation, fandom.
Damn.
Frequent streamer, I'm sorry. NOFODcast frequent streamer, Buish. Wrong introduction there.
Frequent streamer Miles. How many
When does that start to pay off? He's putting the work in. All right, you guys ready?
Yes.
Do the damn thing.
I think you need to ask at least a couple more
Maybe we get
times.
around in after this.
Yes. Yes, if you're talking about around the Stubbs the Zombie, yes.
Yes!
I'll delete the podcast and turn off
Zombies
two-factor
ain't
and
my
everything.
neighbors.
I'd rather play that than
Multiplayer
Stubbs.
Zombie
Multiplayer
you.
Stubbs.
Wish as mid-tier streamer I've made it. Haven't we all? We drug you down with us. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 292 of the NOFODcast. We are No Outside Food or Drink, the Southeast premier video game and mid-tier streaming podcast. I guess that's us. Everybody's mid-tier streaming. Tonight, Xbox will unveil future plans via podcast. In parentheses, not this one. Konami's short message hits the mark? Question mark? Should have put the question before the mark. Ubisoft becoming less interested in the virtual reality. And New Game Plus is coming to Spider-Man 2. I'm one of your hosts, Richard Bergman, joined tonight by retired newsmaster, Brant McKee.
Yeah. I went to build it and it was already done.
Yeah.
It's like, wow, I can build it without even looking at
Look
it.
at that.
Oh, wow, that's crazy.
Just
Did in
osmosis.
your sleep. Just woke up at like 2 in the morning and start building.
I'll take credit for it.
This is no build. Brant's officially on the no build mode server of No Podcast News.
No build of no podcast.
People are like, damn, he's really hard on him. In case you're just now joining us or haven't been around for a while, Brant builds the news every week. So if I ever get in there before he doesn't, I have to bring it up on the podcast. It's a long-standing thing. He does the Lord's work every single week and prepares the news for us, and we appreciate his efforts. Except for this week, he didn't do jack shit, so that applause is for me. Also,
Pat yourself on the back.
I just did twice.
You're gonna give him the office picture where you're shaking.
Yes.
Presidential medal on himself.
Fanny pack. Yes, that's also another good one. Joining us with a fanny pack and a presidential medal, resident lore master and page master, Cesar Concepcion II.
Hello.
Another mid-tier streamer. I've surrounded myself with a motley crew of mid-tier streamers.
Why try when I can just be mid?
Yeah. I mean, we're trying and we're mid, so I don't know how to get out of it. We should play more Skull and Bones.
Or Final Fantasy 16. More mid.
I'm good with that. Yeah, mid was awesome. Mid was a good-ass character. It's like when one character would bow out, we got another great character. They just kept filling them in. I was on a friend of the show, Michael's, recording a couple weeks ago, and no one on his podcast enjoyed Final Fantasy 16. I was like, you guys played a totally different game than I did. But apparently, he's like, we won't go into that. We've exhausted that chat. So I may have to catch up on some of their content. His show is, if you guys haven't checked it out, I think Brant's had to make an appearance as well, is called Welcome to the Game Room, and they've got a different-ish format. They don't really do a whole lot of news or anything. He said he still listens to our show for news, so. But check out his most recent one. I'll throw him a plug out there. I'm on it. Yours truly.
Holy shit.
In which we discuss gaming music. 5 pieces of gaming music. Yeah, it's like Sophie's Choice for gaming music, right?
Yes.
If y'all had to guess, what games do you think I had represented in there? I almost picked a piece from 16. That's how that kicked off the conversation. Don't everybody answer at once. It's not fun playing guessing games.
I mean, it's the worst.
Yeah, pretty much. I had a Skyrim track in there. I had a Shadow of the Colossus track. Can I even remember the rest of them? No, those are the 2 that stand out. They were that memorable.
That's it?
Yeah, they were that memorable. Wanted to put a Metal Gear Solid theme in there. Oh, Tetris, the type, was it Type A music? Dun, 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 dun. The one everybody knows is the Tetris song. Greatness. Let's get into news. This will thankfully resolve itself Thursday, I think, right? Isn't that the... Well, I could pull up the news and actually go over this.
Hopefully.
You hope.
Hopefully hope. This comes from VideoGamesChronicle.com. Microsoft's big Xbox business update is coming on Thursday. That's what they call it. This comes from Tom Ivan. Xbox looks set to address the speculation that it plans to bring more games to rival platforms. They've confirmed plans to deliver its eagerly awaited Xbox business update February 15th. Phil Spencer, Sarah Bond, and Xbox president of game content and studios, Matt Booty, will discuss the future of Xbox on a podcast available this Thursday from 12 p.m. Pacific time. Which one do we need? Oh, God, ours isn't in there. I don't know what to do. 12, 11, 10, 9. And that's 9 for us, East Coasters. Depending on where Renee's at. So 9 o'clock is the earliest it will be everywhere, right? And then I'm assuming all the news will be out there for us. Nobody has to actually listen to the podcast.
What's happening?
What, did I go backwards?
Yeah, I mean, it's on the, if you look on the Xbox thing, it says 12 p.m. Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern.
I don't have Eastern on this story that I pulled up.
No, you got to scroll down a little bit further.
Oh, my bad.
And due to the picture of the tweet.
Oh, there it is, yeah. 3 p.m. See, I went backwards. Of course. I went the other direction. It is not 9 a.m. It's going to be 3 p.m. Eastern time. Well done.
Yeah, somebody screwed up in the article.
Time zones
at the top there.
Time zone strike again.
They put RT, whatever the hell RT stands for.
What the hell is RT?
Regional time. You just figure out what region you are, and that's your regional time. You just check it out on there.
3 p.m. for everybody everywhere.
But like I said, I don't know, and that news is going to be out there almost immediately. It's not like I don't know if we have to listen to that podcast. What? It's the official Xbox podcast. Is this the one that Major Nelson used to do? I would listen to that from time to time. They were pretty inconsistent. Like the Nintendo one, the Nintendo Power podcast, they do one like every 6 months or something. I feel like Xbox kind of did the same. Do we need to switch to the biannual format? Oh, God. Here's what we've been doing for 6 months.
Because I think PlayStation did one, too, with Sid, right?
Yep.
But it's like, that's infrequent, too. I don't think it's like...
And it used to be. I guess it's not as lucrative as it was anymore. Or you had, like, the IGN PlayStation Beyond. That got me into podcasts. And I guess that was enough information getting out there that they could have guest appearances from, like I said, Schumann or... Who's the other big guy that went to PlayStation? It's not Andrew Garfield. It's something... I'm stumbling through this. Yeah, it's not the guy from Spider-Man. Yes. Didn't he end up working for PlayStation at some point? Or Gearbox?
He's still at Sucker Punch.
He's at Sucker Punch, that's what it is.
He did help with the Ghost of Tsushima, remember?
Yeah.
It was like he's still there. He's still trying to hire people to go to Sucker Punch. I think when I last saw him on Twitter.
Please join us for a special edition of the official Xbox podcast, the company said on Monday. Hear from Phil Spencer, Sarah Bond, and Matt Booty as they share updates on the Xbox business. As part of a new multi-platform strategy, Xbox will reportedly bring Hi-Fi Rush and Pentiment. I don't think I'd see Pentiment anywhere, but it's on PC already, right?
It's on PC and Xbox.
To rival consoles first, ahead of Sea of Thieves later this year. Maybe we'll get a good pirate game on PlayStation. There has recently been mounting speculation that Microsoft's planning to release more games, blah, 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 nothing new. We're listening and we hear you, Phil Spencer wrote on X. I don't know what that website is. I use Twitter. We've been planning a business update event for next week where we look forward to sharing more details with you about our vision for the future of Xbox. Stay tuned. We might have read that piece last week. I can't remember when that came out. But it is officially Thursday at, 3 p.m. Eastern?
Yep, 3 p.m. for us.
I might listen to that as it goes live. And try to ignore the bombardment of tweets that come through.
It's Thursday through work hours. If I'm free, I may.
Probably just wait for the bombardment of tweets.
Yeah. I mean, it's already been kind of leaked, so it's not really. I don't think we're gonna get anything more outside of maybe the reasoning.
So what we mean by tweets rolling through is like sometimes content creators will put out a video or podcast like this, and it's immediately consumable, right? You don't have to sit. It's not a live production. You don't have to sit there for 45 minutes and see Super Mario Odyssey 2 unveiled at the very end. You can just. It's a live video, and you can skip all the way to the end. Instead of waiting for the live production. So I'm assuming it's going to be published like that, and you don't have to listen all the way through. So there will be people dividing up chunks and releasing articles as fast as possible regarding whatever the news is. So we'll know. I think I was talking about with you guys in the chat when we decided to stream Warzone last night. Like, news has been kind of light. It's like everybody's just bracing for whatever this news is going to end up being. But I think we'll have a few more games played and stuff to chit-chat about tonight, so that'll fill the news gap. And then next week will be whatever all this stuff is. Real quick, Silent Hill, the short message, has been downloaded over 2 million times. This comes from Andy Robinson at VideoGamesChronicle.com. The free-to-play game released on PlayStation last month. Released last month, the short message stars Anita, a character searching for her friend in a crumbling apartment block infamous for rumors of suicides. That is mainly just a press briefing, but hey, people want Silent Hill content. Imagine that. 2 million people wanted Silent Hill content.
Yeah. I have not downloaded this yet. Have either of you?
I have, and I played a little bit of it. It's okay.
I've downloaded it, and I have not touched it, but we are all, I guess 2/3 of us are in that download tier.
Yeah. I played a little bit of it, just maybe about 45 minutes of it, and I was like, I'll come back to this later, and never came back to it. So.
Vote with your free download. I guess it had come out right before I was talking to Michael, but he said it's pretty solid. It's not a full-fledged experience. It's like a mini thing that came out. It's not a demo, like some people are calling it a demo. It's a standalone product.
Yeah, I think I guess they're trying to get feelers to see where they want to take it.
Yeah,
that's their way of looking at it.
But hey, there's Silent Hill content out there. It's not PT, even though it's a playable. No, it's not a teaser. Playable short, playable. Word like snack that starts with
Oh
a
God,
T.
please don't get the. It's like PT.
The vitriol.
Oh,
he said it was like PT. Yeah. I listened to this one podcast that doesn't know their time zones.
Listen to this hot take.
Yeah. We're plastered.
This guy's an idiot.
We're plastered out
fuck
there.
Fuck these guys. Yeah, fuck these idiots. And put us on
Come on, that's fine. Come on.
We'll be like the Ghostbusters logo, just with our pictures. In it.
And flame shields out front. Yeah. No, listen, this is episode 292. We have thousands of hours of content. Don't focus on this one.
I'm sure we've at some point talked about playing PT on one of these episodes.
Yeah.
So
for sure, I have a PS4 backup that I can always restore from. That contains a playable teaser, as it were. Next up, basically another press briefing. I wanted to put this in here because we're always like, I feel like we all invested in certain levels of VR, right? And we're always trying to keep a barometer on where the hell is it? Where is it going? Is it worth it? What's our barrier of entry for this platform or this platform? Or what's the killer app for this?
Don't be me where I keep promising Richard I'll buy MetaQuest and every time I add it to the car,
That would be the one I give you the most compelling argument for, but I'm not playing mine. I haven't played mine in quite some time. And I just log in once a month to get my 2 free games with that $8 thing, and I'm like, oh yeah, I remember reading about that game a year or so ago. Maybe I'll try that out sometime, and it's been the extent of it.
I'm literally just buying that thing to learn how to play piano. That's it. That's all I really care about.
And that piano one's not on the first PlayStation VR?
No.
It's a shame that didn't get more content releases, but I guess it's smart too.
I mean, they can even put PSVR 1 stuff on PSVR 2, so get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
I'm still salty about that. As most people are like, well, just deal with it, I'm sure. But I'm like, whatever.
I think this echoes kind of how a lot of people feel about VR. This is Ubisoft CEO talking about their VR venture with the Assassin's Creed VR. And they were saying that they're a bit disappointed by what we were able to achieve on VR with Assassin's Creed. And in the context of this, it says, it did okay, and it continues to sell, but we thought it would sell more. So obviously they're a bit disappointed on the sales figures. It's not necessarily the game itself.
Yeah. So you're telling me they're the Square Enix of VR?
Basically. Oh, it only sold 5 million? Oh, that's horrible.
They come back like, yeah, we sold 10 million Assassin's Creeds, but we're slotted for 50
We're
million.
so disappointed.
Yeah.
I hear it's a great game too, and I just haven't dipped in there and got it myself.
We thought it would sell more, so we are not increasing our investments on VR at the moment because it needs to take off, is what they said. We've been very impressed by what Apple came up with, and we think it's fantastic hardware. But we continue to look at VR business as something that we need to have a look at, but not invest too much in until it grows enough. Yeah. And technically, Apple's headset is not VR. They marketing it as spatial computing.
Tell them, Brant. Tell them, Brant.
People have been making it do VR things, but it's technically not a VR, not being marketed as a VR. So.
I need a spatial computer. I'm gonna get Brant to write up.
Oh my god,
my recommendation.
It'd be a fucking nightmare. I'm just gonna be walking around and there's gonna be fucking tabs everywhere.
Did we ever send Brant that video?
Hey, you don't even have to look at the outside world. You press your little doohickey in there and go into the privacy mode, and you're on the moon, or you're looking at the mountain ranges. Or
somebody had made a joke about that on Twitter, where they were like, they didn't actually take a shit, but they were in the toilet. Like
they were on the
and it's like the fucking mountains when you're taking the shit.
They go in. They go in. You just see them like you see the shower, and they look down and they sit down on the toilet. They're obviously still wearing their pants. They're not pants down on the toilet, and then they just do whatever gesture.
This is the killer app. This is it. I want to shit outdoors.
VTuber, right? They're watching VTuber on there. I think on there. I was like,
they're surrounded. Yeah, surrounded by the mountain ranges, and they've got like 5 screens everywhere.
This is it. We've made it. We've made it. I'm in.
As they joke about on Twitter, when we went full Wally, let's go.
Damn, it is close to that. Those people weren't looking too healthy on those hover around things. Cesar, you're right. That's bad. Oh, that's bad. Damn, I just want to take a dump in the mountains, like with fresh air and stuff around me. That's wicked. We got to send Brant that same video. I wonder if I can find it again. Did we?
Which one? The guy driving in the vehicle?
Did we talk about it? No, the one you sent me was like, in 40 seconds, this guy gives a better, more compelling argument than Apple ever has. Because Brant, what I didn't realize is those screens stay stationary. Like, you just move around and you come back to it, and the screen can be wherever you want it, wherever it was.
Oh yeah, yeah. You place it wherever.
That's amazing.
So, I mean, because that dude had like big screen TV and an audio center where he played all his music over here. I was like, at this point, you're just gonna walk into an apartment room. There's gonna be nothing in there. Look like an empty cave. It's gonna be like one chair. I got all my shit on this headset.
If not Wally, then Ready Player One, right? And just strap into that. Whatever that metaverse is. They got like digital keyboards and everything with that stuff.
Yeah, it's like a virtual keyboard. Everybody's like doing this shit.
That video was wild. I've seen PlayStation 5 remote play running on it.
I saw that too.
Brant, you can have your Portal all wrapped up into Apple Vision Pro.
Yeah.
Hey man, that MacBook almost died on you. I know you were looking at that Vision Pro. You were looking to stream from that. Would we see your eyes?
From Vision Pro.
Yeah, you stream from that.
Oh, yeah, they can do the pass through.
We're looking at you like Samus. We're looking at Samus Vision.
I might as well just go get some big old skiing goggles.
They're $10 at Costco. I saw them the other day. I was looking at them. It's like, I probably don't need these. They look cool though. It comes with 2 lenses and the strap and everything. They're $10.
Yeah.
No, I got Brant. Brant's like, yeah, sounds good.
That's old Brant.
Brant froze. Brant's so excited he froze. It shocked him.
That way, Brant can recreate his favorite scene from Iron Man. It's like, stop telling me, just put it on the screen.
Put it on the screen.
When he just count down the battery percentage, 5%.
Just put it on the screen.
Just put it on the screen.
All right, is that it for that quote?
Yes.
They reportedly canceled a Splinter Cell VR. That would have been really cool.
They're canceling a lot of Splinter Cell stuff recently. So.
Did that remake get shelved? We haven't seen anything from it in years, right?
I'm just happy they stopped fucking making Ghost Recon into like a 4-player co-op game every 2 years.
Ghost Recon's due for a gritty reboot, right? Not gritty reboot, but like a back to roots.
I enjoyed the future one. I don't know why we can't go back to that world, but I mean, I get it. There's too many first-person shooters, but
that's probably my most played. Ghost Recon was that Future Soldier. That was a really good game.
Because I played the original Ghost Recon on PC when I was in college, and I had a lot of fun with that because you're just it was like Predator. You're just in the fucking woods blending in as you go and complete quests. So it was actually pretty good. I wish they get back to that instead of this live service bullshit they've been.
What happened? Because they had arguably their best Splinter Cell, their highly regarded Blacklist, and then Future Soldier, Ghost Recon Future Soldier. Those were both well regarded. Like, was it franchise fatigue at that point?
I think they just went into the live service thing. They were just trying to get in there early.
Why not use Ghost Recon? I think a Ghost Recon name, people would latch onto that with a quickness.
I don't know.
Because they're thinking of Breakpoint or whatever.
Ubisoft is, I think, they're trying to go through. I mean, they're trying to make some changes because the next big thing is they got from them is what Deviant or Defiant or whatever it's called, which is like the Call of Duty multiplayer shooter, which a lot of people love a lot more. So I think that's like the most anticipated thing they got coming out because it's supposed to be free to play. So
have we seen anything from? I just lost my train of thought. Is there like a Watch Dogs or any? What is the big Ubisoft? Is it Rainbow Six? Is that their big live service title?
Right now, I think they're only cooking Rainbow Six or what is it, Extraction or whatever it is.
Yeah,
or
something like that.
That's it. That's really the only thing they've been pouring in there. I mean, because I think like Ghost Recon Wildlands and all that's kind of died off. And I mean, they don't really have anything right now outside of than Beyond Good and Evil. That's it. I mean,
let's see.
I mean, they did just talk about how 2025 is when that Assassin's Creed Red is supposed to be coming out. So
they said two games, right? It was that one and something else, right?
And I mean, they're baking really big on that Assassin's Creed. What's the hub that they had for it? They announced all the the mobile games and all that, and it was
mobile
Assassin's Creed Connector. I don't know, whatever they're calling it.
So I'm guessing the Assassin's Creed Mirage did well. The VR one did not.
They haven't really said.
I think I remember seeing something that it's just like this press release thing where it's like, it did all right, but it didn't meet our expectations, kind of deal.
Yeah. So Prince of Persia didn't sell as well either.
I was about to say, have y'all seen anything on Prince of Persia?
I don't even think it made $500,000. It was like 300,000 or something. That was pretty low.
I need to buy it. I need to support
Invest.
them. I need to support them.
So I think the last article I read on it, which was pretty funny, was they hosted that at, what was it, the speedrunners?
Oh.
Like they speedrun the game. And so I guess the winner is whoever did it the fastest time got $10,000, but they ended up, after the speedrun was done, they ended up patching out all the speedrun bugs in there. They just used them as
They just used them for QC. Oh my god.
Yeah, because somebody went back and said, man, all this stuff when we were watching from the speed runs, like, this all been patched out now.
Wow. Of course.
Yeah.
That seems community friendly. Interesting.
Big brain.
Yeah, I forgot where I read that. I read some article online was talking about it, and a lot of people were complaining about it in the forums. It's like, well, they did pay people for it, but it's like, yeah, but you did stuff what people would do for a salary, and just kind of just like, oh, take all the stuff you learn, and you can win $10,000. So.
Yeah, I don't know where they're going if they're not leveraging their franchises for live service stuff. I mean, I know there's only a few that rise to the top of that, but there's got to be some whales out there that make it for these live service games. I don't know what the answer is. We're not in that department. We're in the department of more news, and the last piece we have from The Verge, in March, you can restart Spider-Man 2 in New Game Plus mode. A new title update to Spider-Man 2 arriving on March 7th includes new suits, new Game Plus, and other features.
New games.
New suits, new games, new pluses.
And I know there's some people that probably really enjoy New Game Plus, but it is so hard for me to jump back into a game after I've beaten it. And it's been several months trying to jump back into it and do DLC or New Game Plus or whatever. I mean, if I really like a game and there's that New Game Plus option from the beginning, heck yeah, if I really enjoyed it,
same weapons and levels and all that.
Yeah, after beating Final Fantasy 16, I almost decided, I'm like, well, I'm into it. I mean, you remember how I don't even know how to describe the ending.
Emotional is fair.
Very emotional. Yeah. And it's just a big ending, and it's like, I kind of want to jump back into it because that was the only way you could grind and get the Ultima weapon, and there was other stuff that you can unlock, but it's like, no, I think I want to step away from this one for a minute. So
I'm still in that phase because I want to buy that DLC with the, some of it's like after the ending, some of it's right before the ending. You purchased the DLC? Okay.
I purchased that.
So you're
DLC,
even closer to it than I am.
I've yet to go back to it. And I've got to go back actually to the Final Fantasy VII remake DLC, the Yuffie stuff before that, and actually play that since the end of the month we get Rebirth.
Rebirth is coming out soon. Came
Very
barreling
soon.
towards us. Is there anything from that that PlayStation Direct that you wanted to cover, the Final Fantasy VII one? Maybe you mentioned a little bit of it last week.
No, we mentioned it last week.
Gotcha.
So. And I'll be briefly mentioning the demo in a minute. Because I know I won't really... I mean, there were not anything different that was not in the original, but like I said, I'm just going to briefly mention it.
And that's it. Look forward to more Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
If you don't have it, I think it's like $45 on GameFly right now. There's a couple of GameFly games. I almost got Metal Gear Solid. I was close.
8 more bucks, it'll be 20.
I think it'll get to 20.
Mm-hmm.
I was honestly leaning more towards Assassin's Creed Mirage. Brant was talking about it. Days Gone. Don't show me Days Gone again. Yep.
Mirage.
The Mirages. Games played. Let's do this thing. The chat's quiet. We haven't had any questions or anything. Or comments. Or concerns. Or Applebee's orders. I finished The Artful Escape. By Beethoven and Dinosaur. Published by Annapurna. The guitar game, as I think Cesar coined it last week. It's a fantastic game. Extremely good. Wonderful music. Excellent characters. The storytelling can be kind of bonkers here and there, but it's like a rock opera in game playing form. And by game playing, I mean very simple platforming and holding down the square button to play your guitar as you jam along there. I beat it right before we were going to play Warzone, and I was like, hey guys, I'm going to head down. And then I saw I needed 2 trophies for the Platinum Trophy. So I looked up the 2 little things I needed to do, and it took like another 8 minutes maybe. And I had the Platinum. And it's things that were things that were very straightforward. That's my second Platinum ever. I don't typically do that.
Ever?
I don't typically do that. Yeah.
Yeah, Richard don't play games for points.
I don't know, but if it's that close and it's like, okay, I might be able to knock this out.
Yeah, I think I've only got a couple of Platinums, but...
Yeah, as long as you're not doing like some bullshit, you're putting like 80 hours into something you already beat, and you're like, oh, what am I doing this for?
Yeah, I don't have time for that. I know that. The only one I might consider is going back and doing, it was actually 2, Ratchet and Clank. I think I enjoyed that gameplay enough to knock those out.
It's easy one. Yeah.
And also The Order 1886. I think I'm like 2 or 3 away from that one.
I am that close to getting that one.
Yeah, also another easy one. You can knock that out.
Friend of the show, Russell's also talking about going back and playing The Order again.
Oh,
there's a couple games he wants to play on PlayStation all of a sudden, and I'm like, dude, my Pro, I'm not using my Pro for anything. If you're really wanting to play some PS4 games, take that Pro and hook it up and play the better version of whatever you have already. There was some other game, it wasn't The Order he was specifically talking about, but he's like, man, I want to play that. Maybe Shadow of the Colossus, and I think that had a Pro patch that made that play a lot better. Highly recommend The Artful Escape. I think it was like 6 hours for me, and it was a great Portal game. I loved having the headphones connected to the device. Definitely play with headphones.
You can only use a Portal on that.
That's it. It's Portal exclusive. It's the first one. It's the first one that's come out.
Finally, Brant, you're in the ecosystem, man. That's all we care about.
Also beat Gears of War Ultimate. I beat 2 games since last week. There's been years where I don't beat 2 games. Friend of the show, Buish, and I knocked out the first Gears of War Ultimate. And then for some reason, I had Gears of War 2 downloaded. I thought we were going to go straight into Gears 2 because, like I mentioned last week, we were right at the end of Gears of War Ultimate. And I did not have it downloaded. I don't know how. It was, for the longest time, pinned to my favorites. You know, you can, like, pin games on the Xbox.
Yeah.
Because we would play River. We would play Horde and stuff. It's like, of all the games, I have so many games on that external drive. It's a 3 terabyte external drive. I've never deleted Gears of War 2. I guess maybe an update didn't go through and it just bumped it or something. So we ended up, we hit up Cesar, and we got Cesar on there, and we started streaming the new map from Warzone, the new island. Buish says, oh, Richard, that's fair. Because I shafted him on that. We kind of got ruined on the end of Gears of War Ultimate because that Ram battle, we're playing on the easiest difficulty, and I feel like we 2-shot killed him. Like, it was hardly anything to He does you're at the length of a train car at the very end because the Gears are trying to drop the light mass bomb on the Locust.
You murdered him pretty fast, man.
Yeah, we took him down. We were playing on easy just to kind of get through the story, but we both had to hang the mechanics and stuff, and I think we would have been fine on normal. Oh, thinking inside the box has entered the chat. And we took him down so fast. You're usually having to duck the krill, those bird things that come flying at you. And they get...
Oh, fuck those. Those are the only game they were in, right? Fuck those guys.
Yep, they could be cheap deaths. Yes, that's how I remember. They could be cheap deaths, but... Man, we took him down so fast. They might have come at us one time, but we were already... Did I have the hammer and dom? Anyways, we took him out super fast. I was like, there's got to be at least one more stage of this, and it just never... It never happened. That was the end of the game. It's like, okay, Anya. So the world's at peace. We saw the thinking inside the box says fuck those things. We agree with the krill. The krill. We saw the queen at the ending of the game. And she's very humanoid and some mystery and suspense behind that. And I'm remembering all over again like how great Gears 2 just takes off with the story. Like Gears 1 laid the groundwork and such, and it was an awesome shooter, but Gears 2 is just going to be an experience. So.
And how they break the fourth wall in the very beginning when they go through the training.
They did, didn't they?
Yeah, he just, like, you got to do this to crouch and protect yourself. It's like he just reads on the screen what the directions were in the tutorial. I was like, what the fuck? It's like the fourth wall. It's the only time he wrote the fourth wall, and after that, it was a straight story, yeah.
There was a lot of games that did that at that time. Remember that Splinter Cell game that would, like, pop up random stuff and tell you which way to go? It's a second Splinter Cell reference. If Splinter Cell doesn't come back, we've done our part. We're laying the groundwork.
He'll just get canceled like the VR.
Great. Buy Splinter Cell. I've got all the ones on the backwards compatible thing. Every time they throw backwards compatible games on sale, I'm picking them up. I did go through. I sent you guys a list. There's 61 original Xbox games on. Oh, this is for thinking inside the box. There's exactly 61 original Xbox games on that backwards compatibility program, and I own all but 3 of them physically. So, if I need those digital backups.
NBA Ballers Platinum Edition?
Yeah, that's the
Platinum Edition.
I wonder if he knows about it. Thinking inside the box, you know the lore behind the Platinum Edition of NBA Ballers. He's in those same Reddit threads I am. Oh, did you guys know this? I have a Reddit post that just blew up on the PS3 subreddit. Somebody was ranting. They put a picture of the dash, like the default theme, right? And they're like, my whole PS3 is piss yellow. When I left it, I had a blue background. I don't know what changed. It's piss yellow. And they're furious. They're like, I changed my HDMI cable. They can't figure it out. They changed everything. It's like, it's not my TV. I checked the consoles. Please help. And I was the first one. I saw it like 5 minutes after they posted it. And I was like, I'm pretty sure, remembered back in the day, somebody may correct me. It changes monthly. Like, it just rotates. Like, yeah.
If you don't go in the themes and click what color you want, it will change.
That was like 3 days ago. Last time I checked that joker, I had 500 upvotes on Reddit for just pointing out that, and I even said like maybe somebody can correct me. I don't even know potentially, but I think it just rotates monthly. They love it, man. All right, whatever. I thought that was common knowledge, but I guess we're getting to the point. It's like that system came out 20 years ago. There's people that weren't around knowing these things at ground level, and they don't advertise PS3 features and such. Thinking inside the box, Platinum Edition of NBA Ballers. That's apparently one of the most exclusive original Xbox games. He said in the chat, Platinum Edition of what? Yeah, NBA Ballers.
It's cheaper to buy the standard NBA Ballers than it is to buy the Platinum Edition. So.
Yeah. I'm trying to get the one with the soundtrack because I don't have either one of the NBA Ballers. It's the NBA Ballers and NBA Ballers Phenom. I remember selling the shit out of those games.
So how much is NBA Ballers?
$10
right now. How's that?
$10, $12.
$10?
Yeah.
And then how much is Platinum Edition going for?
Thousands. Thousands.
I remember you sending me the one that somebody had in Alabama or something like that, and you were thinking like, do I go over here and look for it?
Yeah, as he points out, real low volume print, so the masses just decide. Like that OG Xbox collector subreddit, they have you know how you can do Flare on Reddit? They'll have Platinum Hits NBA Ballers. That's somebody's flair for when they have like one of these stupid exclusive games. And people collect. And when I look at my shelves, remember the Xbox Platinum Hits had the silver spines.
Yes.
So they have a different look to them, and I've seen people that separate their collections out, and they look pretty good. I bet Thinking Inside the Box has done that. Phenom ain't shit, LOL. So don't get Phenomed. I guess just get the regular NBA Ballers. Was it just a roster update? That actually applies to a sports game, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they made one. Remember the one for Kinect that they made with the basketball? Wasn't that NBA Ballers? You had like a physical basketball with the Kinect?
It was NBA Ballers adjacent.
Yes.
Maybe perpendicular, depending how I play it. So.
Yeah, Ballers PH is the tag. That's it.
Did you have to play that while on the little plastic skateboard peripheral for Tony Hawk's Ride?
Tony Hawk Ride. And Shred. Didn't Shred support it too? Oh boy.
Yeah, I think so.
Name your Tony Hawk Kinect games. Well, I'll stick on the backwards compatibility note. I started Dante's Inferno. It's like a hack and slash. It's basically God of War. I know Cesar was like, tell me more about Dante's Inferno last week.
I mean, nothing. Yeah, it's a good game. No,
It's fantastic.
I remember playing it on the PSP.
There's a PSP version.
Mm-hmm.
Came out for PS3, 360. This was one of the Digital Foundry ones, like back in the day when they were pointing out differences of games. And this is where the parity started coming together, where 360 games and PS3 games were very similar. Because in this block, they featured Dante's Inferno, Darksiders. There was one other big heavy hitter at the time that it was pretty much the same. It was even across both of those platforms. The PS3 struggled for a while to really be with that cell processor and all the extra crap that was in it.
Yeah.
But of course, you're playing the upscaled, awesome Xbox Series X that takes physical discs. Does a great job. It's the best way to play a bunch of those games from that generation. We're going to be playing Gears of War 2. I'm excited to see how that looks and plays outside of us just playing Horde and River all the time. But I'm not but like 10 minutes into that. I really just got started and kind of saw the story, and you see the character get killed, or his wife gets killed. I don't think I'm dead yet. I think I'm going to end up dying. I beat Death. I fought Death. He tried to come claim me. Oh, they did kill me. They killed the character in the beginning. And then I had to fight off Death, and for some reason he was whooping my ass to start with, and I was like, well, I guess this is one of those games where Death beats you in the beginning, like a Castlevania or something, maybe takes your items. But I had to beat him. I had to fight that guy and get his big scythe thing. So it's already like immediately bombastic, and it was quick to get into. He finds the wife, and the wife's ghost like comes out of her body. It's dark. It's a visceral game. Did they make Dead Space? Were they the Dead Space people, or is that the reboot of the Visceral that's doing Dead Space now? I feel like this was one of EA's, like, as Cesar said, nobody played it, but this was a big deal.
I think
this is when EA was
it
making a lot of fun games.
I think they made this game after they made Dead Space 1 or 2, I think, if I remember correctly. It was like their next game before I want to say it might have been right after Dead Space 1.
Man, but it is...
Visceral Games was the one that did Dead Space.
It is straight God of War. You are collecting orbs to upgrade abilities. It's a hack and slash. You can juggle enemies. You hit the right analog stick to roll, like roll dodge. It's straight up God of War. And I could see people on 360 being like, yes, we got one. And it's a good one. I'm having a lot of fun with it so far. What's that? Gears, Artful Escape.
Yeah, that was like I'm looking at it.
Dante's
like
Inferno.
The next major game they made, if you don't count the Godfather 2 before.
Oh, Visceral worked on Godfather 2?
That's what it says on the Wikipedia.
Interesting. Thanks for checking that, though. Yeah, it's good. If you have a backwards I guess it plays on an Xbox One too. That'd be a good way to play this. Any Xbox with a disc drive? How long are we gonna be able to say that? I laugh.
Not much longer.
Might be 2 days.
I was about to say what?
We might.
What was that? We saw that story come across on Twitter where you sent that to us, where all those physical games, Xbox physical games, are getting
GameStop canceled 4 or 5 SKUs that were previously announced for Xbox physical. And I thought some of the tweets and things that I had seen, like people going to store shelves and being like, "This is what the gaming section looks like now." I thought it was kind of overblown. I just don't go into stores that frequently. We were in Target this weekend. It was rough, man. They had Switch games. Switch games were pretty prominent, and you had a whole Nintendo Switch end cap thing, but Xbox games were like paper, like shitty inkjet printer printouts of the cover. Like, and where was the game? Like, where do you go from there? And tons of headsets. I guess they've like drilled down to the money makers, and it's accessories and Roblox cards, and
I mean, that's where they made majority of their money is off accessories.
it was sad, man. It was during the last week. Target had a buy one get one half off for certain games, and I'm like, let me wander over there and just see if something jumps out at me. That's not Usagi Edition, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and Cyberpunk. Bomb Rush Cyberpunk. All right, those are my 2 games. I keep forgetting that. Games acquired. Thinking Inside the Box says the last great era of gaming, 360, PS3, and that it is gross that there's no physical games. And do I agree? I've had so many great experiences since then, too. I'm playing so much more online since that generation, and I've got like a friend group that it's always easy to find a game, and that's been a lot of fun.
I'm about to say that generation had a lot of growing pains.
It did.
It was very extended for what it was used to at the time too. 'Cause I
And-
remember
and-
every 5 years until then.
And those machines
And
were
the whole-
outclassed like within a couple of
Oh,
years,
yeah.
and they were being taxed.
And especially the PS3 thing with the whole installing things and the clunkiness of finding their way through the online. Xbox is Xbox Live, and the store and everything was great.
Right.
But PS3's stuff,
No.
that store is
Brent.
still a mess.
Brand, give me the blades. Bring the blades back.
The blades were
Oh
fantastic.
gosh, I love the blades. Oh my gosh, everything about that 360 was beautiful.
We had great efforts in backwards compatibility between original Xbox and Live Arcade started doing little titles, and PS3, all of them are backwards compatible with PS1, and certain models are PS2 backwards compatible, and you got PlayStation Store where you could download old school games. We had Virtual
If it
Console.
connects.
What's that?
I said if it connects.
If it connects, exactly. We had Virtual Console from
Times-
Nintendo.
I said times out every time I look in there try to download something. Times out.
Yeah, I loaded, we were talking about putting money on your PlayStation wallet. I've got $25. I got to go in there and get a Lundra and see what else I need to get out of there. Might be.
I think I went in there and got a majority of those PS1 games. I think that there was a couple of PS1 games that they ported over from Japan that's not translated. I bought a lot of those, so when they were just fucking with that.
Those Mega Man PS1 remakes are on there too. I think I have 2 of those. But there's not a whole lot of PS1 classics on that PS3. Maybe they've just delisted some since then, but
I don't know. It's also weird because you have to search for things weirdly.
Yeah.
Like straight up searching doesn't work all the time.
And it forces you when you search it, but like
Yeah.
You mean Final Fantasy? It's like no.
Yeah.
Where's the G for fighting Vipers?
I don't hate that.
What's that on?
I don't know if it's because I'm close to my router or I've got an SSD in my PS3, but it's not nearly as bad as I remember it being. Like when the PS4 launched and that thing was quick and fast and smooth, like it was hard to go back to the PS3, but I feel like it's not as brutal as I remember.
Or it's just a hardwired. It's better for me too. So
Yeah.
Now we got the PS5, you just drop the cursor down from that main menu and you're in the store and it's like, holy shit, they make this stuff easy to buy.
the worst feature is the download list is what pisses me off.
Yes.
You got a couple
gosh.
hundred games, you got to like scroll down this download.
All
That's
the way
the problem.
And sometimes it times out, and then you got to go all the way from the top
Yep.
again and go all. There's no search feature in the download list. You have to like scroll it.
No
down.
way to order, no way to sort like you want to.
If they can just, if they would have put like a fucking sort thing in there, I have no idea what I have in there because it's like I can never have the patience to get down after the 100th game. I'm like, this
Or
is
download all.
crazy.
I'm willing to leave this thing, and I know I'm going to have to install them when you put that little package thing on the screen. I'm still going to have to go to it and install it, but at least let me just download everything at one time.
Yeah.
And then it doesn't tell you if you've downloaded it, so I'll download a PS1 game, and then I'll go in my digital games I have on there, and it's like already there. So, okay, thanks. I didn't need a second one. Thinking
That's the
inside,
only way I can,
thinking inside the box says
the
you've
only way I can
been
play my
buying games.
Simpsons Arcade. So
Which one?
Simpsons Arcade is still on PS3.
PS3.
so- And X-Men
True.
Arcade.
Uh,
I still have
Buying
mine.
games cheap lately off of eBay. I've noticed, like Cesar was hitting the Japanese market not too long ago. The Canadian dollar is still kind of weak, and I've been able to get some deals on Canadian games. Apparently, it's easier to ship from there than it is for us to ship to them. So,
I don't know what I'll do when the yen recovers. I don't know what I'll do.
then your dollar might
I'm-
recover.
I'm robbing them blind over there, man, on everything like manga, anime. I'm like, it's
I mean, that's how these things go, right? You have to hit when
Yeah.
you have to hit when it's going the right way.
Because I remember sending you that little that screenshot. I think I bought like 40 volumes of manga for like $100 or something like that. It was something crazy.
That was wicked. And the last game I played was Warzone, so the new map. I think we've all dipped into the new map. Maybe we can segue to you guys' bits after this. I did not like it at first. What's the name of it? It's like a really small island, and so they dump everybody on top of each other.
It's close quarters, like you say. Close quarters, more multiplayer, adjacent Call of Duty.
I die a lot more. I die a lot in Call of Duty anyways. I feel like I die a lot more in this shit.
To encourage firefights is what they were really doing. Because there's not many places to hide, and I mean, there's just not many places to hide. So, I mean, you found the one place down there, but 90% of the time, your map doesn't end up on that winery for you. So, and then trying to get out is a nightmare.
Or we have to defend the winery. Defending the winery is not easy either. Our game usually consists of chilling out, trying to get some kills maybe, and waiting for the loadout, and then getting good shit and trying to survive until the end is typically how we play out. And also the water. There's water in this map if it closes into a certain area, but it is very vertical, as Cesar mentioned, and they can see you clear as day down in the water, and you can just get insta-murdered. I was playing with Boosh yesterday, and he got sniped flying through the air, just like coming back in. And then Brant later on was like, I can't even land. I just want to land.
Yeah.
That might have been during the stream last night.
They're sweaty, man. Those people out there are sweaty. Like, there's a couple times I just trying to fly in, and I'm like shot in the head before I even get down. I don't even know where I got shot from. So
I wasn't enjoying it at first. Now I'm learning its nuances, and we kind of got some familiarity, and we know how to play certain things. And
hey, man, we've been winning matches there quicker than we did on Bondo, because Bondo took us a while to get in the groove for Bondo.
And I guess the thing is, like, they want everybody to play this one because it's new, but we don't have another choice. Like, this is the only one we can play. I would love to take a break and do some Vondel or a Chico, or just throw another one of the other ones in a mix. Maybe do one of the...
Bring the rotation back.
Yeah, rotation's the jam. But I think it's a good addition. Cesar, you found that meta, like, going down in the pit in the middle, and there's, like, buttons you can unlock. I missed one round with you guys, and you guys had figured that out already. It was crazy.
That was my first game we figured it out. Yeah.
So you go down into a bunker, and what exactly do you do with the buttons? I've never done it.
Well, it was like it's an open vault, and so it's like Russell made a comment saying, like, I want to get in there, and I just kept freaking like jumping and up, and then I shot through there, and I just noticed the levers in there. So I think Russell noticed the levers in there, and so we just I pressed one of them, got green, but then you have to like do a platforming trick and jump from each box into platforms and press all three levers before it times out. And then we did that, and we were like, okay, what to do now? And then we did it again the next time we landed in there, and I was like, I heard a big thump somewhere. It's like something opened somewhere, and so that's when we started swimming around in the water, and we found that entrance down there to the water and just pulled up through there. So, I'm glad to see that they corrected the incident they had in Vondo, where they don't leave that room locked, so you can just camp in that room. So,
because once you've been in there, we don't really know the determined amount of time, but then the door on the other side that always says locked, you can just walk straight through. So if somebody dies and they land there, you can come back through there. But that was pretty cool meta to find. I wonder if there's any other hidden secrets laying around.
Well, there's one. I don't know how to fucking get back there. We ended up in the building, which was like a bank, and I'm trying to find the bank, because when I went in there, there's a card reader and it's blinking red, and there's a whole other door that's sealed off, and I was like, I'm trying to find the card. I died in that room because I was like, it was right at the end of the circle. I couldn't stay in there. But I'm trying to find, it's a bank, Ginkgo. I'm trying to find it again so I can...
I bet there's some good shit in a bank. Behind a locked door in a bank, I bet there's good shit in there. Maybe just a ton of cash.
I wanted to look around and see if I could find an ID card somewhere and just try to figure out how to get in there.
Right.
So.
Yeah, but that's... we got 2 wins on that new map. I think you got significantly more this weekend without me.
Yeah, it was like 5 or 6 at the end, for me at least. Yeah, it was almost by one or two a day almost.
Yeah, hitting it hard. Warzone stays good, man.
We all won. All 3 of us won last night, so we at least all got one.
We did get one on stream. Wish we could get that stuff on YouTube so it stays forever. But I think for just these rounds of Warzone, it's like now I've got a year's worth of Warzone clips on my Xbox, and it's like, do I really need these? Like, content is king, but do I need these clips still? Like, yeah, that was a funny moment, but if people weren't there or they don't remember it, I guess it's not that It's not like a Killtacular on Halo or something that you just get some random crazy thing, but I might clear out some of that space. But I'm glad our content's on Twitch for like 30 days or something. And we started setting up the subscriber stuff, so if you're interested in subscribing on Twitch, we're trying to get that up and rolling. Friend of the show, Mermy's been pushing for us to get that ball rolling, so all it's done so far is cause us inconvenience by putting 2-factor on everything. But we're adjusting to that too. Everybody signed back into their consoles and everything.
Yeah.
I think that's it. Yeah, that's it for me.
Light week for me. I mean, I've only played those rounds of Warzone. The only thing I kind of messed around with is what I already talked to you, Richard, privately before, which was the Final Fantasy VII remake going through hard mode, which I
instant regret.
It's not for me.
You're like, nope.
Because I mean, that's like one of the only trophies I need is going through play hard mode. It's like, yeah, I want to go through it before Rebirth comes out again. I'm sitting here like, why can't I use fucking items, man? I was like, what's happening? I had to go online. It's like, yeah, hard mode, you can't use items. You have to use magic to heal, and you can't refill MP at the benches. So I was like,
holy crap!
I couldn't get past the fucking first boss because it's like you literally have to like do a perfect battle, and I'm like, nah, this is not it for me because I think I spent 45 minutes in there. I was like, I'm not doing this. So
ain't nobody got time for that.
Yeah, so I went back to going through easy mode, and I'm like on chapter 3 now. So I'm probably gonna go through quickly and go through Crisis Core quickly before Rebirth.
Crisis Core.
Because they do have some characters from Crisis Core in Rebirth.
Did they keep Crisis Core canon? I'm assuming with the re-release of it, they did.
Yes, I think so.
Yeah, they confirmed that some of the characters
also.
from Crisis Core is in Rebirth. There's 2 characters that come over that weren't there originally. So, was it Sissany? I think they were saying, Brant, if I remember correctly. I think she's coming over, and then another person from Crisis Core.
Yes.
The Rebirth.
So.
Genesis.
I think some dude, I forgot who it was. It was whoever Zach was working with. It was those 2. It was a guy and a girl. That was part of his team. They're going to be both in there. So, so that's the plan, and I mean that's pretty much it. I've been fiddling with other stuff here and there, but nothing to talk about.
Loading up on some Final Fantasy VII before Rebirth. I think it's a lot of people. I've got it downloaded.
A lot of my friends' lists. There's a lot of people who've been playing it.
Didn't you say you played some Helldivers?
Yeah, Helldivers. Sell us on Helldivers.
Nothing ready to talk about yet. I'm just gonna stream it. It's good.
With
that.
What is it? I don't know anything about it. Like I've seen some clips and things like that on the PlayStation blog posts and podcasts or their briefs, whatever they call them. But what are you doing? Is it open world? Is it wave based? Like what is the premise of Helldivers?
It's a live action game, so it's kind of like a better version of Destiny, in my opinion. It's you have the character who shoots a gun, and it's kind of like third person shooter, and it's just silly. It's just you can summon chips on people, on enemies, and you just go around the galaxy, and you're just taking over planets and killing. I think at the beginning you're killing bugs, and then I think later on you get like there's Terminators and robots and stuff like that. You got to go do.
And it's team based.
So. Yeah. Squads of 4 you can do with randos or with friends. So, but that's all I'm gonna say about it. I'll just stream it. So y'all watch it when I start it. So.
I mean, I'm tempted. It's digital only, right?
No, I paid a physical.
There's a physical copy. Yeah. But they're gonna keep adding stuff to it.
Yeah.
Has it got a roadmap and stuff?
I think it's from what I saw that it's. Everybody jokes about it being pay to win because I think $40 you get the full game, but I think what they charge in there is for the cosmetic skins. You can pay money to unlock that shit quicker.
Okay.
But everything's unlockable in the original game if you play the game.
I got you. Do you get the same digital deluxe edition, whatever, with the physical? Is that the same? Is it an equal SKU to unlock and stuff?
The deluxe edition is like $59 on digital, and you have to pay the extra $20 so you get this.
Okay, you still have to add on.
I think there's a upgrade scheme.
Okay,
yeah.
But the path to victory is there.
Yeah, I mean the full game's there, so when I install it, everything's there up to version 1.0, outside of whatever be updated after the fact.
I've seen some funny,
but it does require. I mean the servers are down, you can't get in there, so just an FYI. So it is a live service.
Online required. Absolutely. I've seen some funny gifts, man. It might be one of those that takes off word of mouth and funny shit that happens and stuff like that.
It's a lot of fun and a lot of laughs. It really
Damn,
is.
I'm in the mood for something like that.
There's times where there's one where I was diving down and somebody had thrown up something like you can summon weapons and he threw it down. And I was diving down and it fucking landed on me and killed me. And like there's team killing in here, so because I like when you go through the tutorials, it's like team killing happens sometimes.
Double dragon.
Yeah, stuff's coming for you. Just know.
A lot of it, I mean, it's pretty good. I mean, if you team kill, you're not going to be able to finish the level. You can't really fuck around like that.
Right.
A lot of it is because people walk in front of your gun, and that's usually how the team killing happens. So.
Sounds good. Yeah, I want to see a stream of it. I saw it's like the best-selling PlayStation PC game already. Yep. Did I see that right? Yeah. Fast. That's crazy. Even above like Uncharted, Last of Us, God of War, Spider-Man, all the big titles that have come to PC. That's great. Helldivers 2.
Was it Arrow? I forgot what it was. Arrow Studios or something. I forgot the CEO. Don't quote me on the name of the studios. Came out and said they sold at least 1 million copies or almost over 1 million copies already. So.
That's awesome. Good for them. Yeah. Hey, when people play games wherever they want to play them, it's not a bad concept, right?
I mean, it makes sense as a live service game. You definitely want that day one on the consoles or the platform. So, because outside is just going to go out there like everybody was quoting it was going to be the next Destruction All Stars, but it doesn't seem like that's going to be the case.
I have a physical copy of that. Is that a coaster yet?
I think everything's still up on there for now. So, whether or not there's an actual community on it playing, I don't know.
How about Foam Stars? What's the heartbeat on Foam Stars? We
all
got it.
I don't know. I know the story's really fucking weird, so.
Oh, I checked. My PlayStation Plus is up in 1 month. I've got to start scoping out deals, and I think I'm gonna drop down to the extra for the time being. Brent, you don't have any regrets currently?
Nope.
I mean, most of the old school stuff is PS4 games, so most of that's already been you probably already have.
Yeah.
Because they put on like a Secret of Mana on there, like ooh, if you wanted that one, you probably would already have. It's not the version that everybody wants.
And Trials of Mana. I have all the Mana games on PS4.
So I don't know why they say that. Like, oh, these are retro.
Do they? I haven't looked enough into this, and I was hoping maybe one of you guys would know. They don't lock the Portal streaming behind one of those tiers, do they? It's not like XCloud.
Oh,
it's Portal streaming, no.
Okay.
Console streaming, I think so.
Yeah,
not Portal streaming.
The PS3 streaming the PS3 games is locked behind Classic.
And that's the mid tier, or that's the top tier?
No, that's the top tier.
The top tier is the PS3 games.
Yeah. That's considered the retro. But it's like you gotta look.
How
at
many
how
PS3s do you have, Richard?
You gotta look at how often you do it. So.
I'm not honestly. I'm not doing it that often. It's just that FOMO of, man, I might want to play Sly Cooper, but I've got a 3D TV hooked up and a PS3.
If they let you do it through the Portal, it'd be a different story. But
yeah, you can't do it.
Yeah.
If PS3 was native through there and they were actually pulling from their massive library of PS3 and PS2 games, but they're not. They're, every now and then it's kind of a couple obscure PS1 games that are a la carte anyway, for the most part.
They are, and I would save every month where I'm not needing or using those. And I'd rather buy it and own that digital. Again, I'm not really owning it. I'm just purchasing that digital key for the time being.
The only ones that are not purchasable are the Resident Evil, the Capcom ones, and the Namco ones. That's it. That's the only ones you'd be missing out on, because those are subscription only. Outside of, they finally made Soul Calibur PSP purchasable.
Yep.
But everything else from Namco is subscription only.
So Brent,
that's the only ones you miss.
Brent, you've been good with the mid tier. You've been happy.
Oh yeah.
Not missing out. No. All right, I'll price them all. Probably discuss that some more coming up. All right, Brant's bringing us home.
Oh, is it me?
Yeah, it's me.
Some demos. I played the
Pizza Hut disc.
Mario versus Donkey Kong demo.
I didn't know that was out.
Yeah. It lets you play.
Game comes out in like 2 days or 3 days, right?
Yeah.
I think.
The 3 of some of the earlier levels. It's not bad. I mean, you
know what you're getting.
Nice little,
they've been making this game for almost 30 years.
Oh, yeah. Nice, chill puzzle game. Yeah. Apparently, it's a pretty faithful recreation of that GBA classic.
Awesome.
If you're interested, download the demo and see if it's something that you vibe with, you want, before you spend all that money. It's great that Nintendo has been putting out more and more demos like this.
Yes.
Because they had this and Pikmin 4, and they've done it with a lot of their, newer titles.
Another Code. It was also
Another Code
Yep.
had a demo coming out. Yeah. It's almost like all first party, right?
I'm assuming I wouldn't be surprised if Peach has one too, and that's coming out next month.
Yeah.
So
I have both. I know what I'm getting with that franchise, and I'm always down to support a Peach game. So I've got both of those coming already. Yeah. I think we're all in the same boat. Nintendo's the easiest one to day one.
Looks at my Super Princess Peach copy on the shelf.
That was a good game. I sold a bunch of those at my store at the time.
I had fun with it. I beat the shit out of it. Right next to my Rainbow Islands copy on DS. I don't know why it's there, but whatever.
I played the Final Fantasy VII Rebirth demo. There's going to be 2 parts of this demo. The second part, which they will make available at a later date, not specified yet. And you have to have played the first part of the demo to move on to the second part. The first part revolves around you talking to your party about how you know Sephiroth, and it's that whole flashback sequence of what happened in Niflheim.
Does that stay true to the original game? Because I didn't play Remake. Is it true-ish to that?
The everything I played stays very faithful.
Okay. Because y'all said that first game kind of goes some places.
I mean, they kind of stretch out Midgar a little bit, but I don't think anything was incorrect. I mean, they just kind of...
Yeah, they
you still have the guy with the makeup poisoning. They just kind of introduce him differently, and there's...
They kind of added things out in that first game, but they didn't deviate too much until the end. It was just like, what the hell's going on?
Oh, I mean, I don't know. You have some stuff in there with Cloud and his effects of the Mako happening early on, instead of it waiting later on. So...
but like I said, this part it follows that part with Cloud and Sephiroth when Cloud was 16 after he made Soldier First Class. So, and it just lets you play through that section of the game. And from what I understand, if you play this demo, I guess that happens maybe very early on. And playing the demo and having that complete save file from the demo, I guess, lets you skip that in the full version of the game if you don't want to replay it.
Love it when they do that.
And there again, there's going to be, hopefully within the next week, I would assume, considering the game comes out, or maybe they put it out right before
day
release.
Of, weekend of.
Yeah. But there will be another part to this demo.
They've got crazy hype rolling into this thing.
It's
a big release.
It's damn good.
The demo was played solid because this is like PS5 exclusive, right? So this isn't a port of a PS4 game. This is built from the ground up for PS5.
Yeah, they use the DualSense stuff. They use the triggers and stuff. So you've got the trigger effects and all the haptics and whatnot. So it's solid.
Love me some haptic feedback.
I was actually sick last week for a couple of days, so I was looking for something to play.
Sick game.
I kind of piddled around with some things and landed on starting Hi-Fi Rush on the Steam Deck.
Excellent choice.
It's a damn good game. I know you had talked about playing it not too long after it had come out. You played a little bit of it.
I need to get back to it. I only got like an hour or two into it. I got to that first hub area that you kind of open up with your crewmates. I beat that first boss.
Yeah.
Did you get that far?
So, yes, I beat, what was that first boss? Rika?
Yep.
Rika?
Yep.
And after that, I moved on and got to the second boss. The second boss, his name is Zonzo, and he is like, when you finally see him, and he pulls out a lot of pop culture references and things like that. He's doing JoJo poses. When you actually meet him and he you have an interaction with him and talk with him, and he finally just gets fed up. He goes, "But that's enough talk. Have at you." So he's throwing some Castlevania reference at you.
Brant was doing this.
Yes. But of course, this game is the one from last year. A lot of people consider it very, very underrated, very underappreciated, because a lot of people that played it did talk about it, but it just wasn't kind of front and center. Yeah. And it's, what did y'all call it? Like basically a Dreamcast, almost like a Dreamcast game.
Fucking HD Dreamcast game. Mm-hmm. Cell shaded, super polished, tons of charm, great soundtrack, visually pops. I bet it looks good on Steam Deck also.
Oh yeah, it looks amazing on Steam. I'm sure it would look even better with that OLED.
Stop, Brant, stop.
It will.
Is it Steam Deck verified or playable, or did you verified? You just fired it up.
It's verified.
Yeah,
it's verified.
That's awesome.
Green check mark, baby.
That's awesome.
No extra setup.
I see it's like $16 somewhere. I might have a better shot of playing it portably. I might go ahead and grab it.
Yeah, it was. I think it was 19 when I jumped on it, and then I saw it for like somewhere like 5 days later. Had it on sale. I can't remember if it was Fanatical. It might be. Not Fanatical.
I think it is Fanatical. That sounds right.
Yeah, it was one of those places had it for down to like 16 something. So, highly recommend this game. It's rhythm-esque. Of course, there's different difficulties. Yeah. The main character goes in for like a volunteer upgrade of getting like a robot arm, and there's a mishap. He's walking around with his like MP3 player, and it accidentally makes its way to him while it's he's going into the procedure, and
great premise.
MP3 player winds up into his chest,
like Iron Man style.
And so now he always attacks on beat. Obviously, the game tells you that if you the better you are at keeping that beat and tempo, the like stronger your attacks are. Yeah. But
it doesn't punish you for
no, it doesn't punish you if you're bad at it.
Yeah. They perfected that balance, I feel like.
Yeah, you never feel like you're doing something wrong, or you never feel like you can get the combat down. It's pretty easy. There's something you could actually, it's an option to turn it on or off, where there's actually a thing at the bottom of the screen that kind of shows you the beat and tempo. But it's honestly not too hard, considering everything in the world like thumps and moves to the beat. And it may take you a minute or two, but you eventually do just kind of fall into it, and it becomes just second nature.
And you're tapping your foot the whole time or snapping.
Oh, yeah. It's got a mix of both licensed music and original music.
Which is why it would be nice if there was a physical copy at some point, because that music's coming out of there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Was the first boss the Nine Inch Nails one? Was that the Nine Inch Nails song?
I believe so.
Yes.
Yeah.
But yeah, the
no telling how long that's going to be.
Characters are vibrant and just very memorable. They did a really, really good job with crafting everybody in this game.
It's good. It's not a long game. I need another short game like this. I'm enjoying those chunks.
And they eventually, your main character, Chai, he's good at hitting stuff. But eventually you meet the first like side I say side character, but support character. Her name is Peppermint, and you eventually get her as like a button prompt, and she comes in, and she you can call her in. She goes on a cooldown. It's a very slim cooldown, but she comes in to, maybe shoot something to activate a switch, or in combat, sometimes you'll get these enemies that get this like bubble shield on them, and if you call her in, she can shoot it and disable it to where you can actually attack the enemies. Like I said, I just beat the second boss and met another character named Macron.
I was about to say, are they all types of T?
No.
T-types.
And he seems more like... He's very non-confrontational, but he's a big guy. And, he... they show that in his character. He's like, no, I don't like... I'm not very violent, and this, that, and then something happens, and he gets really angry and punches the hell out of something. They're like, wow, you broke that? How did you break? And
is he in the base with you?
Yeah. And the thing is, I've been seeing this stuff around the world where, you see a door or a wall and it's got like this defined crack that's like red. And I'm like, what is this? How can I get in there? Yeah. And obviously now the thing that he punched had like this defined like crack in it. I'm like, oh, okay, so that's what he's going to do. I'm going to be able to call him in to break these walls or break the door or something. So, yeah, Hi-Fi Rush, highly recommend. And other than that, Pokemon Sword. I don't know why I gravitated to Pokemon Sword. I guess just because, again, I was sick. I wanted something that I could kind of mindlessly grind. So I was like, oh, what better than Pokemon? And I haven't played Pokemon Sword.
Not the British version.
No.
British.
I took my son's copy, like, I don't know, I guess a couple years ago, because I went to a GameStop and they had those little code cards to basically get the mystery gift, and it was for, whatever legendary Pokemon. I'm like, okay, cool. So I can't use them, but I've got like a couple level 100, whatever they are, in the game. And then I didn't think about it. And then I eventually did buy Pokemon Sword. And so when I started it, I've got them in there. I also bought the guide. I mean, yes, I know I can, at this point, look up everything on either Cerebi or Bulbapedia are usually the two main Pokemon sites that I use for information like that, but I always like having a physical guide. I've been playing that a little bit. This is the one that takes place in the Galar region, which, like you said, is kind of like the British, very industrial Revolution kind of area. And so obviously your main thing is you get your grass, water, or fire Pokemon. I chose the little fire bunny.
Yeah, always fire one, man.
Fire bunny.
Always fire one. Fire's the strongest one.
And I got going, and thankfully the first gym that I needed to go to was grass. So I beat that grass gym leader, no problem with that fire bunny. And so now I am on my way to the second gym leader, and just trying to catch different Pokemon and build up my team. So I haven't really gotten too far into that.
Don't go any further, Brand. I'll play that one alongside you.
Oh, I'm sure you will. You got Pokemon Sword or Shield?
I think so. I think I have one of the two.
All right, go ahead and start it.
All right, I'm
by the
fired
time I'm
up.
finished, you'll be at the first gym. And then you'll never play it again.
I mean,
Maybe.
Rich is still trying to beat the fire one and the GBA one. He convinced me to buy it.
Oh, no.
You're thankful you have them now. It's a good return on investment. Thumbs down. That's my Double Dragon SSR. Dude, people into Pokemon games never play or trade.
I mean...
Yes, sir. Thinking inside the box. Always have to get the guide. Guide's the best.
Hey, it'd be nice if they made those again. I just got a Gears of War guide in. I didn't have the original Gears of War guide.
I know.
Why would you let this happen?
There's several.
I'm embarrassed.
Several games I look at and I'm like, I wonder if that has a guide. And I look at it and it'll take me to FAQs or straight to YouTube walkthroughs, playthroughs. I'm like, no, I want a physical guide, man.
eBay, baby. One of thinking inside
if it exists.
In thinking inside the box, one of their unique collection pieces is the Xbox exclusive. Was it Prima guides? I think the green spine ones. So think Ninja Gaiden, Panzer Dragoon, Orta, Halo.
That'd be good
Did
stuff,
Black
man.
get one? Mech Warrior or Mech Assault. Yeah, the Xbox guides. They're really neat. I see them like all the green spines lined up together.
And I mean, honestly,
was that one expensive? I missed that part. I'm sorry, Brant.
No. I think normally it's, let's see, on back of here it says about $24.99. I think I picked it up for $20.
Yeah, these things are like
on
at or below
Amazon.
MSRP for most of them, unless there's something crazy out there.
There's an ad for the Pokédex book, which I don't think I need, but there's a full fold-out map in here, and it also came with this nifty sword and shield bookmark.
Gotta have that.
Which is nice for sticking in there and then just walking away. I don't have to look around here for like a small piece of paper or like a sticker or something to throw in there.
Sword and shield are good ones, right? We're not into the crazy tech deprived ones yet.
No, that'll be the next gen after that.
Yeah.
I mean, even Pearl and what was it? Pearl and
Diamond, Shining Diamond.
Yeah.
Or Pearl, Shining
a little bit
Diamond,
more better made, but that wasn't made by Game Freak, so
yeah,
I'll leave that there.
Who did that one?
I have.
I forgot it was a studio they outsourced.
Okay.
I forgot who it was. Yeah.
But I have those, and I never.
I got those. And I got
fully
like
beat that.
20 hours in there. I'm just waiting for Richard to do something.
Hey man, I'm plugging away. I'm at the first gym. Is it a Virtuos? Did Virtuos work on those?
Let me see.
Port experts. Aspire.
No.
Hey, the Tomb Raider Remaster Collection looks good.
Hey, mine's pre-order, man. Get on my boat.
You're ready to go. Even the menus. This is the touch that got me, like, hidden up or down on the D-pad, the menus. They'll go from, like, that 4x3 PlayStation 1 look to a remastered menu. Stuff like that is awesome, man. It honestly reminds me of, like, what they did for Halo 1 and 2, where you could switch back and forth between the cutscenes and graphics.
Or the game you shunned, Alex Kidd remaster.
I ignore Alex Kidd's...
Hey, man. You could do the same thing. You can switch to old school Genesis and back to the newly drawn graphics.
They did that with one of the Wonder Boy games, too, didn't they? Couldn't you switch between the Master System and the redrawn ones? The .emu ones?
I see. I'm thinking maybe Monster World 4.
Sounds right.
It says they were those Pokemon Diamond and Pearl remakes were done by ILCA.
Who are they? What else have they done?
I have no clue.
ILCA is a new one to me.
ILCA Games. Apparently, it shows the Pokemon Diamond and Pearl remakes. They're involved in Sandland, One Piece Odyssey, Pokemon Home, and some kind of Idol Master Tokyo Project or Project Tokyo Dolls, and that looks like it.
Sandland, the one that's coming out?
Oh.
Yeah.
Hold up.
As long as it's not like a
Area.
As long as it's not like fucking Jujutsu Kaisen, because that game is garbage.
Oh no. Is that something you were excited for?
Dragon Quest?
I love the anime. I don't think I was ever excited for the game. I just confirmed my it looked like a booty hole. So.
Prior to the Pokemon games, Pokemon Home, the studio acted as support for major games such as Ace Combat and Dragon Quest.
Support for Ace Combat and Dragon Quest. Maybe Ace Combat 7?
Maybe.
And a Dragon Quest port, possibly? Or one of the mobiles or the online one? Who knows? We'll have to look into that.
Yeah, that's it. I'm plugging away at some Pokemon, as well as Hi-Fi Rush, and then some demos.
Demos are good.
Rebirth and Donkey Kong versus Mario.
That was my second Game Boy game. That Donkey Kong 94, I guess is what they call it. Where I was like, this is what I wanted. I wanted the Donkey Kong Country Game Boy game, and I think I got the better game. This is Mario going up and down the platforms and unlocking keys and chasing Donkey Kong, and it was level after level after level. That game's awesome. That was one of the first games I got on the 3DS Virtual Console. I was like, yes, I have to have this. Those are good selections. Speaking of plugging away, the Warzone Battle Pass, are y'all impressed with any of the stuff on there? It just doesn't look... Yeah, I'm just playing to hang out at this point. I'll spend the tokens, but...
I mean, most of it seems to be zombie-based, so, I mean, if you're in the zombie mode, I think that'd be cool. But I think zombie mode's a lot behind Modern Warfare 3.
Yeah.
So I was like, it doesn't apply to us unless we own a copy of Modern Warfare 3, so...
Which apparently is on sale for, like, $40, but... I don't know about jumping still.
I'm not tempted.
I mean, I hear great things about the coworkers at work. They said the multiplayer is good. That's pretty much it. So, but I don't even play the multiplayer mode like that anyway. So I don't know if I'll spend money.
True.
So. And I always buy it and think I will,
back.
and I didn't.
They brought that multiplayer map Terminal back.
Is that a good one?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Brant wants in now.
I remember that map.
So
get to the Burger Town, baby.
Burger
yeah,
Town.
if y'all jump in, man. If enough people jump in, I'll do it. But by myself, nah. And the only person I can see caving would be maybe Russell with those old school maps that remaking.
He's still deep into Baldur's Gate.
Yeah.
That's his jam.
Balls deep into Baldur's Gate.
Balls deep into Baldur's Gate. All right. Y'all got anything else? Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us this week, and we will catch you next week. Bye.
See you.
Adios.